this off and clean it up so you get a better video there too. Heading back today or tonight?
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning? I guess the roads in some place here are just brutal, I guess. Oh, my house there with all the melting going on. Frick, you can't even stand up. The car was sliding on the driveway.
The highway will be okay though.
I would think so. Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Basically what's happening is no matter if we use the pin or the spiral roller on there, we have to tighten these up so hard that we're actually splitting them over time. And the reason why we have to keep tightening up so hard is that this angle over here, there's just not enough grip on here, and what happens as it's bending, this pin keeps moving backwards like this. We have to keep tightening up the main bolt, and that is basically what's happening over the course of time.
But why is the bolt getting looser?
The bolt's not getting looser. It's just that with the bending
action
and the bending pin itself, when it's bending it, it actually puts so much pressure it forces it away from the center. And a nice solution would be if a guy could rough this up somehow to have a better biting contact in here.
I'm confused though. If you got that in there tight, if it starts moving back, it's going to be bending the bolt.
No, and then what happens is it starts stretching everything.
When you say stretching,
stretching, it means that it's actually pulling the pin, and this is exactly what's happening here. Pulling the pin and or bending this. If this was mounted with two bolts, it would really actually be better, but the only thing is, you can see, this is obviously not a mounting situation, and the bracket physically only handles one bolt.
Correct, yeah, correct.
So, no matter which way you put it, it's putting stress on one half.
Okay.
It starts forcing out, and as soon as you start doing that, then over the course of time, it starts sliding back. So you have to move it to your pin light distance, which is approximately 18 mil.
Right.
Okay. Because if it starts moving back, then all your
yep.
It's basically under bending all the time. So we have to find a better way to make this squeeze better in a permanent situation without having to stress the nuts and the bolts on here. A nice solution would be if this was just a rougher contact surface, because over time it'll just slide back, so if it's rougher it'll actually bind it in and hold it in place, so that means you would not have to physically have anywhere near as tight a bolt in that thing. Just tighten it up and it'll be a permanent situation.
Okay.